Hi, I want to welcome everybody back to Wingz Alwayz, Making 100 CEOs. I'm Zeffelin, my co-host Empress, and we're here with a brand new Oklahoma artist. Well, we won't say brand new. We're going to say that she's been in the city and she's been doing her thing for a lot of years now. This person is someone who I met when I first came to Oklahoma City and embraced me with open arms and introduced me to the actual Oklahoma artist scene. So she took me to a lot of places. I found a lot of people. I met a lot of people along the way. And I was excited to actually meet an ambassador to what this city is doing. Because Oklahoma City, as we told you all, is growing. And the music scene is a bud that's about to explode. It's about to turn into a rose that is, going to be unstoppable. And we're excited to be the ones to bring you these artists and these people. So without no further ado, I want to introduce you all to QUINTISHA. QUINTISHA will be joining us tonight.
Thank you.
QUINTISHA.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. I brought you here because, like I said, you were the first person I met when I came to this city who really told me about this city. I think you were the first person who told me that Cookies was going to come. Cookies is a California weed shop that decided to come to Oklahoma and try to take over. And QUINTISHA was the first one who told me that ain't going to work. They're going to be closed in 2 weeks. I think they lasted a month. But QUINTISHA, tell us, what do you do? What is your claim to fame? Who is QUINTISHA?
I'm, like you said, an ambassador of the culture. I can't just really put it in a box because I do so much, and I've been blessed with a lot of gifts, and I want to put my hands in like a lot of different things. So I done modeling, I done the acting, I've done rapping, I've done poetry, been a teacher, done Mary Kay, just a lot of stuff, But like right now, I think I am more a crusader for integrity right now.
Okay.
In the Oklahoma City culture, as far as the entertainment industry. My main focus is to really bring integrity and love into the game.
Okay.
And to operate out of that.
Awesome. So where do you see Oklahoma's culture as far as our artists? Where do you see us going?
We are so dope. Like, I don't even think like we realize how dope we are because we're like really original. I was just on the phone with a couple of artists this weekend, and we were talking about the female. We don't have no Sexy Reds and no Gorillas and Sukianas, no disrespect to any of those, but we actually have conscious women that are actually speaking, and we are actually talking about something. A lot of our male rappers the same way, we're talking about life and what really goes on, whether that be with Christianity, spirituality. I think what we fail to realize is that there's a sense of morality that is still kept in the culture because we're still under the Bible Belt that a lot of people don't have. And if we embrace who we are and spread that and create our own sound and be more comfortable with it, then we can go far. So,
okay.
I got ADHD. Did I answer the question?
You did. You answered the question perfectly.
What motivates you to fight for the culture, to fight for what you believe in? What motivates you to do that?
You know what? Because honestly, it goes back to, I joined Mary Kay when I was 18. It goes back to actually seeing the beauty of when people work together, the things that can be accomplished. and just personal goals, group goals, and then if you know anything about Mary Kay, like nationwide
Yes.
goals, worldwide goals, just feeding the homeless to just many things that they do. The networking, the business foundation is actually taught in colleges, so it's just from one woman and one person making a difference and like actually changing the world. So I know that that can be done here. And so like my thing is just to really do that for music and stuff here.
Okay, so how do you think that you can implement what you've learned from Mary Kay into our culture, our community, to help us as a people grow?
Oh, because we were never focused on the product. We always focused on the person. Mary Kay always said, like, every woman wants to feel special. And that's whether you're talking about men or women. You know what I'm saying? So when you focus on the needs of the culture and what it is that we're lacking and operate under, you know, those guidelines, I feel like right now we need unity. Right now we need support. In my showcases, I'm not really making the profit that I would like, but my goal is to get more people out. So I'm giving the artist the opportunity to like sell tickets and get the local, what's the word I'm looking for? The community out and into our showcases. You know what I'm saying? And just getting everyone involved. So if we focus on people, and the people will actually help get our mission done as far as putting Oklahoma on the map.
Absolutely.
Word of
Absolutely. I agree with that. And that's part of our focus. You know, one of the things with what we're doing here is we want to introduce, you know, the world to this market that we have. We have a nice market. We have a beautiful market and it's very untapped. But like I said, it's a budding market. So it's about to turn into a beautiful rose. And we have a lot of people that are ready to ride that elevator up. And the one thing I like about this city, because I've lived in a lot of cities, and Oklahoma City became my favorite city because of the unity that I see in this city. Coming from other cities where the east side doesn't get along with the west side, and you go here and you got to worry about, you know, some kind of gang violence hitting you here, or you put on a certain show and it's going to get interrupted because there's just all kind of violence. Now, Oklahoma City doesn't. It has its share of violence. I'm not going to paint a rosy picture and say there's no violence here in Oklahoma, but what it has is unity. The east side can get along with the west side. The west side can get along with the south side. People can go from a club over here and go across town and still have a great time with each other. And that's really essential, you know, to growing, you know, artists. Because when you have that beef and you start that foundation with a beef, then you have an expiration date that's earlier than it should be. You don't get a chance to just grow. You know, that Chicago mentality where, you know, we're going to wrap this beef out and we're going to shoot and kill each other. We're going to bring the art to the streets, where in Oklahoma, I feel like the art is art still. You know, it's a part of just this untapped culture that is just beautiful. It's almost bringing the 90s back in the 23s, you know? And so I'm excited about that feel. I like this city because I feel like it's the next big thing. And I'm excited to bring the world all the artists that we're bringing. One of the things that I see, you know, in you is that you're versatile in a lot of different things. You have a brand, you know, with marijuana. You know, you have a love of it, you know, and a love of the business of it. You know, you have people that, you know, follow you through that brand. You also have your own music. You also an artist. have a song that I love that she won't drop. But
okay, so I did today. Let me tell you, before I got my butt in the car, I did my BMI. I did. I signed up for DistroKid, and BMI website was down, but I did go ahead and do my DistroKid. So
well, good. So we may get to see some of her music
now. I'm
now.
going to go record Dope tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll be performing it Sunday, so you should be there.
Nice. Where are you performing at?
At the Dopest Showcase, King-ish. We have to reschedule it. Okay. But it's going to be on Martin Luther King Street, 1107 at 333.
All right. And who'd you bring with you today?
This is the 420 Angel, Imani.
Hi, Imani.
Yeah, she's a good
How many
friend.
420 Angels do you have now?
Is it 6 of us now?
Yeah, we're 6 strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's really crazy is, like I told y'all, there's going to be some changes in there. Mm-hmm. But so, no, like I am kind of like recruiting more girls, but I like what I've started, and we put in a lot of work, and I want to keep it going. But like you said, I do have my hands in like a lot of different other things, and I'm recruiting other girls and ready to build a team just because I'm ready to do other things and focus on more of women's mental health projects and things like that.
And I was going to ask you, what's the responsibilities of the 420 Angels? Tell us about your 420 Angels and their role in our culture and in this community.
Well, super dope. Without throwing shade on any other organization or group, we don't have no drama. We don't have and we have our little spits and spats,
right?
But we don't have nobody confronting nobody in our group for sleeping with nobody's man. We don't have nobody in our group. I started out with 40 girls. I really did.
40.
Yeah, because I wanted to do Mary Kay. I was thinking Mary Kay business. If it wasn't for Eliana, I don't have no problem saying this, I'd have no girls because I was over it just because, I don't do drama. And when you have girls, there's always drama. There's just always some type of drama, especially in this industry, whether it's jealousy. We don't have that. We're very uplifting of each other, it's very supportive. We all got other things going in our personal lives. It's just the unity that we have. We don't see each other every day. Mm-hmm. We don't kick it all the time. But Imani has joined me because I keep my entertainment life and my personal life separate. But they were at my birthday dinner with my family. So if you get to come around my family, then that means a lot, because my family kind of special. But so it's just being a 420 Angel, you can get targeted or to be recruited or kind of taken away from me personally, and people want you to choose sides or choose up. And then when it wasn't so popular, because I ain't always moved. I move with integrity, but sometimes I can be very vengeful. I ain't gonna lie. And so sometimes my anger got the best of me, and I done did some things that I'm not necessarily proud of. And they rolled with me.
I remember one of those times. Should we bring it up? Should we talk about it?
I don't know which one you talking about. But it's 2024, and, we're moving on to new things. And so tell me, what makes Alwayz Wingz so special?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So Wingz Alwayz is a restaurant, really
a social venue.
It's a scale above a restaurant. It's the ultimate social venue. It's a place where you can come and bring your family and your friends, and it's something for everybody. So there's jazz, there's country, there's R&B, there's comedians. We have a main stage where you can watch a show every Saturday. We have a Shell Auditorium on the line where you can watch, different events every day of the week. So every day is a special day. at Wingz Alwayz. And every day we have 4 different restaurants inside the facility. So it's something for everyone. It's different. Glad you asked.
So, with you and your organization, and I know you're talking about the fact that you have your personal life separate from the business. How hard is it for you to keep the vision, the separation between the two? Because ultimately, your vision, what you want as far as your business, as far as your artistry, is about you, is about self. So how are you able to keep it separate if it's really about you? You are the brand, you are the products.
Woo, one thing about me is like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm an open book. So God works in mysterious ways. I lost everything, like far as my family. And it wasn't necessarily because of the culture. It was just other things, sickness and everything. But it was through music and through me finding an escape that I was able to keep my sanity and bring it back for me to be the person who I needed to be. Because as a wife and a mother, I lost that part of me. I lost who I was. I lost my face. I lost my identity. Like, I kind of forgot I was dope because I was just, working on being a mama, going to church and, doing everything that you're supposed to do when you're put in a box as a mother and as someone's wife. And so when I decided to throw away the wife part,
Yeah, I hear that, fellas, when she decided to throw away the wife part. And I'm just, go ahead. That's a whole nother podcast. We gonna let that slide. Go ahead.
Or rejected, it's just a different perspective, just whose perspective, who you're asking.
How did you just say elevated from just simply being a wife?
So when I fell into the hot mess that I fell in, it was through those hard times, like everything that I needed to go through, in a roundabout way was a blessing, in disguise, and it just helped me become a stronger woman. I'm still going through it. I'm still coming through it. It just taught me a lot about my faith. I wasn't in a bad relationship at all, but I guess if it wasn't where God is meant for you to be, and if there's something more, because we get caught up in our sin, but I ain't gonna get the preaching, you know what I'm saying? So my relationship wasn't just horrible, but I realized that there was just something more for me to be than someone's wife, and I was content, I was happy with not being at my highest form because I was somebody's mother and I was somebody's wife, and that was validation enough for me. But now validation comes from me being at my highest self, so it really helps me be a better person for my family, and it helps me maintain that. But like I said, as far as the balance that comes from Mary Kate and that learning how to, work a job, God, family, career. So that's where that balance come in from, like maintaining the family life. And I got a dope support system as well.
I can relate to what you're saying, because for me, my life is bigger than me. I feel every day I wake up, I feel like I'm running a race because I have something bigger to accomplish. And sometimes, when you make the time for family, you don't have the time for everything else because you're still putting the pieces together for that bigger thing that you have to accomplish. And when you're chasing that, when you have that vision and you see it, you see it down the road, that vision is there, and you got to get to it. It's almost like running a race. I got to get to it. Sometimes I run out of breath, but I'm not going to stop. I got to get to that vision, sometimes people will be offended by that. And sometimes those people that you love will be offended by that. And you have to understand that you have to continue your piece and continue down that road for you, because you're making something better for more than you. If you understand what I'm saying. You know, I feel like what I do is bigger than me. It takes on a life of its own. And I'm just a catalyst to make it work, or to make that engine turn. You know, so and I see a lot of that in you. I saw a lot of that in you. You know, you just have this drive and you have this ambition. And sometimes, you know, some people fall by the wayside because of that ambition. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, we all have feelings at the same time. And losing people, or losing relationships, or losing, you know, those best friends, you know, can take a toll on you. You know, but, you know, it builds character at the same time, because you can't lose sight of that goal. You can't lose sight of that dream, because once you stop dreaming, what are you living for? You know, why are we here? You know, what are we doing? So about your music, because, you know, you keep shelving it, putting it on the shelf. What's your goal? Where you want to see yourself with your music?
Putting something out.
Well, give us a sample then. Put a little bit out right here. Just a little bit.
Yeah, what you got? What you got?
Just a little sample.
All right, I'm the dopest in the game. Okay, that part. I brought integrity to the game. I raised the bar. Hold on. I don't wanna cuss. Let me rhyme.
Why not? This is real life. You're on a real life podcast. We cuss. We drink. We're not smoking yet.
Woo! All right, Lady X, the dopest in the game. Okay, that part. I brought integrity to the game, bitch. I raised the bar. My blessings flow like NASCAR. Lanes can't fuck with me. They subpar. I brought integrity to the game. I raised the bar. Fuck, hold on. See, this why I don't rap. Hold on. Let me see. And it's my own shit. I be writing. I be forgetting. Then I get the cussing. Let me see. Let me do. All right, I'll do QUINTISHA Jackson.
Okay.
QUINTISHA L. Jackson, say my name like an anthem. I be riding his face, that nigga give me cranum. Get the bread, get the head, then I go phantom. Keep that nigga in his face, he always throwing tantrums. QUINTISHA L. Jackson, say my name like an anthem.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
See, that just went nasty.
All right, no, that's okay.
She said,
Take a shot to
Take a shot.
you know, what's crazy is like, I am a shy person, but I can get through the shyness. I've done drama. I've done a lot of things. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I know I'm a dope rapper, but when it comes to rapping, like, I get this big, like, I just shrink, like, I don't know why. Mary Kay said, you know, that's when you need to go for it. It's when you're really, really afraid of something. But, like, no, like, I get anxiety. I start sweating. Like, I don't like to be scared.
And when you all see QUINTISHA perform, if you ever see her out, she has this dance that no one else does. Like, no one. It's so cute. It's so cool. And it's her own style. And, you know, when someone stands out in the crowd, you know, they're special. They stand out for a reason. And we have a lot of people in this city that stand out in the crowd. And we're going to showcase them all. We're going to introduce you to all of them. So, QUINTISHA.
Yes, sir.
Look into that camera. That's the world looking at you. Tell them what you want them to know about you.
I guess the most important thing when I'm dead and gone, I just want people to say that she loved. Because that's what I do. Like, that is, I don't know, maybe that's the cancer in me, but that is the most important thing. You know, losing my brother made me realize that there is no, and then losing that Scorpio I was dating, made me realize that there is no greater thing than love.
She just akin the ex to death, just like that. In the same sentence. She dropped her husband, lost Scorpio.
You didn't have to tell them that the husband and Scorpio weren't the same person. Now you
Oh, my bad.
now you telling all the details. No, but love.
It's a tell-all.
It's a tell-all.
No, but love is the greatest gift that we have.
It is.
You know, love.
It is.
So, I mean, I really do. That's what I remember about my brother is that he loves me. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to have that feeling when I'm gone. I want them to be like, oh, well, she loved me. You know what I'm saying? Because I do for the most part. Now, if I don't love you, I love everybody. But if I don't love you like I love everybody else, then you'll know. But everybody else, I want them to know I love them.
You can love from a distance.
We know.
A far distance, like I can be right here close to you in distance.
So is there anyone who you think stands out in the city above everybody else? Who comes to mind when I say who's a standout in Oklahoma City right now?
You put me on blast.
I am putting you on blast.
Oh my gosh.
Because you are the ambassador. You're the one who introduced me to everyone.
But then I gotta play favors and
Not at all.
Gosh,
Not at
let me
all.
see. Ooh, I know.
It's my favorite. It's just
I'm really. There
know?
is so many dope people. Like I never really thought about that like that. So now I'm trying to be real with myself, and I'm just like, ooh. And you say that standout, and we talk about character, then you talk about talent, then you talk about people I just don't like, and they just stand out for bad reasons. No, like somebody that really stands out. Ooh, let me think.
Here, let me help you. Top 5. 25 and up. Where would you put them?
25 and up.
You not supposed to do this right here, cause we can't do people. Cause some people I know personally see stuff. I don't know about all that. But like, no, cause integrity is important to me. I'm not saying they don't have none. So like, when you ask me who stands out,
Because I'm not asking. The world's asking. Why should I listen to Oklahoma City music? Who's out there? Who stands out? Who's different from the crowd?
That's messed up.
Hey.
Okay, so it is this dope artist, and they've been through a lot.
Okay.
Through homelessness, mental health, depression, drug abuse, as far as being addicted to pills. They got a lot to say, you know. And it's QUINTISHA Jackson. She's dope as hell. And she's gonna be putting out some stuff soon.
Of course.
I knew that was coming. That's why I asked that question.
Of course, the number one.
I knew that was coming.
Right. No, real talk though, when I do, there's no doubt about it. When I do get that confidence and I go in that studio and I finally
Let me tell you something.
off with the heads.
Everybody, the one thing that I can guarantee you, everybody that comes on this platform, they are standout artists. They are the next up and coming thing. They are worth looking up. They're worth finding their music, and they're worth, following, because, one of the things that I wanted to introduce to the world is greatness. And Oklahoma City has greatness, and we have a lot of greatness that's just, not, known yet. Homegrown, as one of the famous artists here, Gouda Man, told me. We have a lot of homegrown artists, and you guys are going to be very impressed. And I'm impressed. So this is one of them. And, she's giving it to you as she is. Her personality is just, this is her personality. There's nothing fake about QUINTISHA. And she's going to give it to you like it is. And we are excited. We thank you for coming. We're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're a part of this podcast. And we can't wait to see your music. We're going to link, as she says, she's going to the studio tomorrow. We're going to link some music down below so that you can follow Quintisha, from just, the music that she's going to put out soon. We're going to get a little taste of it, a little sneak peek, if you don't mind.
Put me on blast.
Just a little bit.
And what is the song that I love that you want? What's the name of it?
It's called Dope.
Is it Dope? Is that the one that you're redoing?
Yeah.
I love that song. It's amazing. It really is.
You always have to be ready so you don't have to get ready.
I got you. I'm gonna get on. I need them shoes though.
You need the shoes?
Yes, I do.
So what's next for you,
Are they your
Quintisha?
size?
What's next? I know you're going into the studio. I know that's as early as tomorrow. What's next?
Well, like I said, I really do want to expand the team and grow the team and have them kind of take over like the showcases and the music where I can just focus on becoming an artist. But so I got Excuse the THC was the LLC 420 Angels. So my next is Ego. And it's everything God ordained. It's also a play on words, because when we operate in our flesh sometimes, and we're in our ego a lot. However, and most of the time we see ourselves when we're in our ego in a higher, sedity, more powerful position than we really are. But when we're being everything that God ordained and we're in his ego, we are still in our higher self. And since I'm very versatile, sometimes you might catch me when I'm in that flesh in my ego. And then sometimes you'll catch me when I'm working on being everything God ordained. So that's my next ego, entertainment and stuff. So I really want to focus on women's mental health, poverty, just giving back everything that I went through as a woman in life. My bad. I just want to focus on that. I got 2 kids. I love them. One of the things that I do to keep them they're musically talented. They're dope as well. But we did a talent show for the kids. And what I want to do is a lot of different events that includes my daughter. Because, she's at a very fragile age where, 15 as a girl, she needs to see something, And then I have an 8-year-old son, so I want to do events for him and include them. So that's a way that I can include my family inside my work and still do it, what I want to do.
Okay, so as a mom, what is the greatest thing that you can say about being a mom, that you feel is about being a mom?
Man, a lot of parents don't admit this, but my kids are dope. They're way doper than I have ever been at the age that they are now. They're way doper than I'll ever be. These kids are way smarter than us. They're way, I don't know. They're just unique little creatures. They're too smart for their own good. And what I enjoy is seeing so much of myself, which is a scary thing in my son, but seeing so much of myself in my kids, and not to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but a lot of parents, they get so frustrated when they see their self in their kids. But for me, when I look at my kids and I see myself, it makes me proud of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter's an excellent, wonderful person. And then, she's multi-talented, very active, creative. My son is me.
It's a female version, huh?
Female version, huh?
My son is me. He is a character. He's just naturally I mean, he does voices. He sings in opera style.
But you can't help to love him.
You can't help but love him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think we're in a generation almost like a void. And what I mean by that is we were taught a certain way in school. So the last 15 years, even maybe 20 years, school was taught, traditionally. You went to school, you had books that you had to read, and, you did homework. Now the information is so readily available. A kid is issued a laptop, from kindergarten. They're issued, programs, and the teaching is so different. And shorts has changed just the way because kids already have a short attention span. So those shorts are designed for them. So they learn in short spurts. And traditionally, we were teaching them long chapters, but kids now learn quickly. And they take on a lot of information a different way. So if our teachers aren't adjusting to that, especially if we have those teachers that are still, 15 years teaching, 20 years teaching, they are not equipped to teach our children. And it's almost as if we have to reteach the teachers because this is a different time. This is a different age. And, do you feel that way? Or do you think,
Ooh, that's a touchy
I'm off
subject.
base?
No.
Because you were a teacher.
So,
hey.
Because I want to speak positive about Oklahoma, but...
And I don't just think it's Oklahoma. I really don't. I think it's worldwide. I don't think it's an Oklahoma thing. 25 years ago, we didn't all have cell phones with cameras on them. We didn't. Only certain people had cell phones. We had pagers. We still have pagers. Which we have a T-shirt company called Extinct. So look down below and you can get a T-shirt with things that don't exist anymore. So Extinct is our brand. That's by Wingz Alwayz. But anyway, back to the regular programming.
I really think the whole school system is garbage and needs to be reconstructed.
Okay.
There's just certain things that need to be taught. That's not like kids can't even read. They cannot read. That's important. That is something that we should keep. Geometry and all that, no, basic math skills. But I think what needs to be taught, is a lot of mental health things. I think stuff that really matters, financial literacy, things like that needs to be taught in the school system. But there's really no teaching going on in the school system.
Private or public?
It's public.
Prefer public? Over private?
You said, which would I?
Yeah, private or public school systems.
They both have their own pros and cons. And I think it depends on the kid.
Okay. Do you think we should segregate again?
What you mean?
Do you think we should segregate? See, a lot of people. See, let me tell you something.
We can't segregate the world.
Well, listen to me. Let me tell you why. Why I ask.
We should just all go back then. Yeah, we could segregate like that. Like if the whole world segregate.
Okay, so here's what I see. Especially raising a son. When I was in 6th grade, my teacher, we had 4 black people in class. Me, Sydney, Thomas, and Darren. It was the 4 of us. I'm sorry, and Renee. So it was 5 of us. So we sat in the back of the class, and my teacher taught all the white kids in the front of the class. So she let us do whatever we wanted to do in the back of the class, and she taught to the white kids in the front of the class. It was that serious. And we didn't realize what was going on. We didn't get good grades, because we wasn't part of that group. And you have politicians like DeSantis in Florida who's ripping out all the slavery, trying to change the narrative and say we benefited from slavery because we're here now and we're doing great things. So we obviously benefited from slavery. So we have a lot of different ways that our kids are being affected. Now, do we all leave them in public school systems and just see if it'll work itself out? Or do we put our kids in a private school system to find out what that actual curriculum is? Or do we even go a step further and put them in a black school system and so that they can get their proper education? And that's just a question. I'm not saying that's what we should run to, but how do you feel about that from an educational level?
Or even homeschooling.
Definitely don't homeschool. These kids ain't learning nothing at homeschool. They not. These parents, because the parents aren't teaching kids, I mean, if you're going to sit down and teach the kid, then homeschooling definitely has its benefits. Weird perspective. I would probably put my kid in a school where the tax dollars go into the school district, where the parents are active, where the PTA, where the money goes. Because that's where they really... The school district out here is a very good school district. That's just such a touchy subject because there's so many things.
I feel like charter schools, though. Charter schools here are really good.
Charter schools.
I think charter schools are a good medium. I think it's a good balance between a public system and just a private system. If you get the right charter, it's a good
They keep the
private.
teachers accountable. The parents are more involved. I feel like that's where it lacks. Like I've worked in the school system too, and the lack is the parents don't know what's going on. Like, did your mom know that you guys were sitting in the back of the classroom? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like...
And a 6-year-old can't really tell his mom now. All a 6-year-old, because you really got to think like a 6-year-old now. They're going to go home and say, the teacher doesn't like me. Because that was my words. My words were, my teacher don't like me. And you know what my mom responded? Boy, shut up. Go do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But what I was supposed to do in that class was sit at that table and play with the little black kids. That's what I was supposed to do.
That's true.
And so, we just have to, for me as a parent, I'm very involved. And sometimes it's hard to be that involved because we have a lot of things going on, but our kids are our future. And we have to be involved and we have to know those teachers and we have to really listen to our children and, know how they learn. When we know how they learn, we can help them learn better. When we know what their interests are, we can help direct them to those interests and make sure they're not being passed over. So, but would I like to go back to segregation?
What would be the benefit of that?
Oh my gosh.
Like...
The benefits would be that we don't lose our culture.
We have more unity.
We don't lose our culture.
When we were segregated.
We're bleeded out right now. We're getting bleeded out. We're getting bleeded out and we're told to hate each other and we're told to hate our past.
So, I mean, I feel like, with that, I see, I'm trying to keep stuff separated. Like, I don't feel like it would benefit if we did that in just the school district and not in our lifestyle, not in they have...
I mean, think about it. But think about it. You have black BCUs. You have the black schools. And they're not just all black. There's white people that go to a predominantly black college. But they teach a different style. They teach in a different way. And I'm not saying that that's the right way, but it at least holds on to the culture. Because for us, our culture is so bleeded out. Asians, they move over here, they come together, they stick together, they teach their kids a certain way, they hold on to their culture. Spanish people, they do the exact same thing. They come over here, they stick together, they hold on to their culture. They only speak Spanish at home. You're not allowed to speak English in my house. You are speaking Spanish. And they hold on to their culture. Italians, they're the strongest. They hold on to that culture. They cook a certain way. They eat a certain way. They date a certain way. Indians, very hold on to their culture. They come here, they all teach each other how to buy cars. Indian will come in, and when I say Indian, I mean Middle Eastern. They will come in and they will buy a car the exact same way, every last one of them. So they hold on to their culture, where we're bleeded out. And we don't hold on to our culture. We don't
hold on to our culture. See, I feel like this is a rabbit hole. Because I was going to say, because we don't know.
We don't know.
I'm Hebrew Israelite. So that's why I'm just trying to keep that part of
we're so much of the culture.
But
our
influence. Of what culture? African American culture?
No, of American culture. Our influence, it touches everything.
It's true. But it's because we're everywhere.
True. But like, if we go and we're
everywhere.
We are.
We started everywhere.
But like, far as like the segregation and the culture, that would really, this is just a can of worms, because it would start, and then keeping the culture, I don't necessarily think that's the school's responsibility as it is our home. Because one, when you're talking about getting our kids education and them going out there in the world for success, our culture really don't mean nothing unless we're doing something to benefit our culture and to uplift like the kings and queens that we need to be. But then that's a whole can of worms that is all taught inside the house.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't remove God. Because if that's the case, you're going to have to put God in that black school. You're going to have to put our religious, who we are as a people and where we come from, in the school. So like, I kind of get quiet on that, because like,
well, I like for you guys. I mean, we really wasn't going in that direction, but since we're here, I would like for a lot of you guys to comment on that. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on, the direction of our education for minorities, and just the direction of education period in our culture?
School system
on top of what we're talking about, because our conversations are gonna, revolve around unity. We have to find that unity, and where does that unity start? Because right now we're all over the place. So where does it start?
Well, I feel like with those different cultures, like the Asian, they got Saturday school. Like, they learn their culture, you know what I'm saying, outside. Like, why can't we have something like that? Like, would people bring their kids to, like, Saturday school and learn about, where we come from? Like, I didn't start learning about, like, how, like, our culture was. Like, we coming from, like, kings and queens. So I was, like, 18.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So until I started like watching Hidden Colors, I didn't know anything.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
Our culture do have Saturday school. It's called the Sabbath.
But I've never been to Saturday school. Like, I've never been to church like that.
Well, we're gonna have to save this conversation, and we're gonna have to push it, and bring it up another time. But again, we want to thank Quintisha for coming on the show. We appreciate you, and we honor you, and we look forward to all the things that you're going to do, and we ask that you come back after you drop that record so we can talk about it some more. How about that?
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Empress?
Hey, that's all I got for you.
Well, thank you guys. Again, I want to thank you guys for coming and taking the time out of your day to watch our episodes and watch our shows and follow us. And like I said, I'm never going to ask you to subscribe. I'm never going to ask you to give us anything. But if you're at this point of the show and you want to see the next episode, you know what to do. And we appreciate you.
Just a little of truth. Eyes like on me and you glue. Lies that you speak is a proof that you don't love me. Baby, you know that I'm through. move on slowly. In case I can't leave, end up like you, saying I love, avoiding the crash, coming down hard, strangling your heart, watching you go, baby. Changing my life just this one time, baby.
Cause I'm so in love with you. I'ma need you to change your sublime, sublime, sublime. And I fall right into all the depth that I see in your eyes. You're sublime, yeah.
Baby, I can never really speak my mind. Blow me up time again and again, but you want me to love like it's okay. I watch you go play, then you come back. That look on your face be telling it all. I'ma be you one day, I'ma be you and play. Back to my gentleman ways, and ladies they love me. Strangers won't hurt me, cause why would they want me? Chocolate man, I'm so tasty, I know it. Swear with the honey, then feed it to bunnies. Geeked on my look, got them tripping, they love it. But I still want you, so I keep it 100. Back to the crib and I'm back with my family. No time for slipping, I love where we had it. Just love me, baby.
Cause I'm so in love with you. I'ma need you to change your sublime, sublime, sublime.
Yeah. The love that I got, it come free. Bring all your baggage to me. We can be rooted like trees. Jump out of waves in the sea. Want you until it's no more love. Breaking my heart, I still want you to only be mine one day. Search for your love and it left me astray. Time to go savage and back when we lay. I can tell how you look that you peeping my game. Touche, that's for you, babe. Took a page out your book, now the rule change. How the pain feel, baby, when it's your way. Couple cuts in your heart, watch your pulse fade. Killing your love slowly. You said you want love only. I still need your love, baby, yeah.
And I fall right into